You will now receive your day 10 action step. Soldiers, your day 10 action step is to think about your value. I want you to literally either grab your phone, grab a piece of paper, whatever it is that you're going to use. I want you to put 2 columns. On the one column, I want you to put habits. On the other column, I want you to put people. And then what I want you to do is within each column, I want you to put a line in the middle of the page. A line in the middle of the page. So at the top, you're going to have 4 quadrants. At the top, I want you to have good. At the bottom, bad. So on the left side, you have people. On the left side, you have habits. On the right side, you have people. At the top, you have good. At the bottom, you have bad. And I want you to literally start to list down what habits in your life support your high value and what habits support your low value. I want you to list down in your life what people, what relationships you have that support your high value and which ones don't. I want you to really start thinking about your value and how that's being expressed in those around you, how that's being accepted by those around you, how that's being expressed in your own habits. That's very, very important as you travel down the path, but you'll realize that you can start to incorporate some of these things that the path is going to teach you or make happen magically. Now, a lot of times we keep people in our lives simply because we become comfortable with them, or simply because it's become a habit, or simply because we're too fearful to lose them. And that person oftentimes is not respecting our value, or that person is not doing anything. They're just being themselves. But to continue to be around them, we lessen our value. That person's holding you back. Yes, you need to recognize that. The other things you need to recognize is that you may have habits. This habit, as we just discussed, is a poor habit of someone who has low self-worth, who doesn't really value themselves. Do you have any other habits in your life as such? Are there any habits that you have that perhaps could be added to your life? Any habits you need to take on to show more value? Because the truth is also what you don't do shows a habit of having low value, such as nothing, not working out, not exercising. Get your ass up and start exercising. In later weeks, we'll have stretches and exercises for you to do upcoming soon. But for now, if you don't have anything like that in your life, perhaps you should think about that. How much do I actually value myself, my physical structure, my body type, if I don't actually get my ass up and do some exercise to a point you can look in the mirror and see like, wow, have I gotten carried away? Have I let myself go too much? To what point do you step up and you say, hey, you know what? I can't go below this level because I value myself too much. These are the things that I want you to start to think about to help you on the path, because a lot of times not having self-value or a high self-value, not having an appropriate self-value is part of the reason you keep relapsing. Believe it or not. That's what makes you seek out the addiction. A lot of times, and we'll talk about that as well in later videos, we're not actually relapsing because we're horny. We're not relapsing a lot of times because we have an urge. We're relapsing because we're depressed, because of the situations that we have around us, because there's not enough value. Our value's not being expressed. So I want you to really start to think about what valuable people you have in your life. In other words, people that are respecting your value and allow you to express your value, that support your high value, and what habits you have. And from there, I want you to make a change. I see you with the